Hello, my name is Mark Garcia, and for my Waterwise Garden assignment, I decided to visit the Maloof Discovery Garden in Rancho Cucamonga. Sam Maloof was a hobbyist woodworker before he opened a business selling wood furniture to homeowners and interior decorators. He bought a lemon grove with his business earnings, and it was his second wife's love of gardening that inspired the Waterwise landscape in this same grove.
Hello, my name is Leslie, and I'll be your tour guide through the Maloof Discovery Garden. The garden uses a combination of plants native to this area at the foothills of the San Gabriel Mountains, and also Mediterranean plants, which grow well in this area. The plants need a lot less water than gardens that feature non-native plants, and only require irrigation once or twice a month. You see, the garden was built right next to an arroyo, which is Spanish for arroyo.
Hey there, my name's Clay. I'm the ecologist for the Maloof Discovery Garden, so I'll be describing the various habitats and vegetation landscaped into the garden. The gardeners plant drought-tolerant plants, which are typically plants that thrive in a Mediterranean climate. What's Mediterranean? Hot, dry summers and cool, but not freezing, wet winters. So we look for plants not only from the west coast of Europe, but also the west coast of Australia, Africa, South America, and of course here in North America.
One of the first things I noticed in the garden was the landscaped dry stream beds. Designed to capture runoff from stormwater, the stream beds also serve as a groundwater percolation system. The beds are lined with riverstone to minimize soil erosion, but allow water to seep between the stones and percolate into the ground below. This design mimics the natural action of the nearby arroyo, a Spanish word meaning an arroyo. As an added design element, small dams of a sort are spaced in the middle of the streams to slow down the water and give it even more opportunity to percolate before continuing farther down.
The garden is divided into 8 different zones that feature unique plants. The first zone is the alluvial terrace, which is right next to a natural arroyo. What is an arroyo? Well, as stormwater and snowmelt wash down the San Gabriel Mountains, they flow down the alluvial bed of the foothills. The water is going to naturally gather into the grooves in between the hills, and those grooves are the arroyos. So they're like little creeks for water runoff.
Of course, the most drought-tolerant plants are going to be the cacti, but there's more than just cacti here that grow well in this climate. We have hummingbird sage, fragrant pitcher sage, Norfolk Island pine trees, meadow rue, island alum root, California bush anemone, some beautiful bearded iris, but stay clear of the crazy octopus plant. I haven't lost a visitor yet, but I hate for you to be the first.
The next zone that I entered was the woodland garden. The most distinctive difference was the presence of a lot more shade trees, mostly pine and eucalyptus. This shade allowed the landscapers to plant plants underneath the shade that wouldn't grow as well in direct sunlight. It was a clever way to create diversity in the flora right next to a different zone.
Hey, don't pine trees do better in Northern California where there's a lot more water? Right you are, but take a close look and you'll see that these are coast pines. There's not a whole lot of groundwater near the coast because of all the salt water intrusion, but there's plenty of water vapor in the air. That's right, the marine layer of fog that comes in from the Pacific every morning is very humid, and if you look at the individual sprigs of these pines, they're like little combs. They catch the water droplets in the fog. That's how the coast pines get extra water.
The plants in the Discovery Garden aren't just aesthetic. Some vegetation also provides edible food such as figs, lemons, persimmons, pomegranates, and kumquats, or loquats, or whatever the things are. Alright, I know what you're thinking. Is there anything else to eat besides fruit? Well, how about some pork and beans? Do you like kangaroo paws? Well, if pink hairgrass sounds delicious to you, then you'll love some alkali ryegrass. I'm just kidding, don't eat that. It's disgusting. Trust me, I've tried it.
Here in the lemon grove, all the lemon you see here are actually grafted onto 100-year-old grapefruit tree stock. In fact, if you look closely, you might spot a grapefruit hiding amongst the leaves. Look, there's a little bastard new!
At a hot, dry climate, a lot of the water that you put on the ground goes straight into the atmosphere when it evaporates. An excellent way to reduce water loss to evaporation is to add mulch around the base of your trees and even your potted plants. All of the mulch we use here is from the plants themselves. Tree clippings are used to make wood chip mulch, dead vegetation is made into leaf mulch, and when we accidentally break a pot, we use the broken clay pieces and other small stones as an inorganic mulch.
Have you heard of xeriscaping? Xeriscaping is different from natural landscaping, which is selecting plants native to the area. Instead, when you xeriscape, you pick plants based specifically for their low water requirements, even if they are not native to the region.
The cottonwood tree can be described as a riparian tree with deep roots. Riparian trees grow next to streams and rivers, and their deep roots tap the water in underground aquifers. Cottonwoods are an important indicator plant because when a lot of them start dying, it's a possible sign that the aquifer in that area is drying up.
Want to keep your homeowner's insurance premiums down? Height manage your trees to prevent them from growing over into your neighbor's yards. You'll get fewer broken branches and fewer insurance claims.
My visit to the Maloof Discovery Garden was surprisingly educational. Not only did I discover plants and trees that could survive on being watered every 2 weeks, I also learned about some simple water conservation techniques. But more than that, the garden is a beautiful place with plenty of open spaces where a person can relax and enjoy a lunch, enjoy some time with friends, or just enjoy the quiet.
Thanks for coming on down and learning about the garden. Don't forget to apply what you saw here to your own garden. Good luck.
Thanks for stopping by. Come back soon now, you hear?
Stripes, but you know he's clean.